We are David and Bridget Busacker, and this is The Beautiful Wounds. So today in this video, we're going to give you a little background on what the project is all about, and who we are, and then also what you guys can expect from us in the coming weeks and months as we develop the project. In a nutshell, The Beautiful Wounds is a collection of curated stories that are devoted to revealing and appreciating beauty in our everyday lives.
As David said, I'm Bridget. A little bit about me. I have my undergrad in Strategic Communications and Public Health from the University of Minnesota, and I also received my graduate degree from the University of Minnesota in Health Communication. I now work as a health educator and communicator for a state government agency, and I work a lot on different health education materials, website design, and social media. And fun fact about me, I'm also a speaker for the Behold series through the Archdiocese of St. Paul and Minneapolis. And David and I are both a part of the Catholic Advance Movement, which is a lay movement, a part of a religious order called Pro Ecclesia Santa from Peru.
And I'm David Busacker, Bridget's husband. I recently graduated with industrial engineering from the University of Minnesota. I currently work as an engineer for a 3D printing company here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota. A fun fact about me is that I love to cook. So if you go look at my Instagram page, it's mostly food.
So a little bit more about the background of this project and how this all came to be. I started a blog in 2015 as part of a requirement for a nonprofit-sponsored internship in Northern Ireland. And as part of our experience, we were tasked with documenting the different work that we were doing. I worked personally in a hospital setting, and so I was doing a lot with different communications divisions with this hospital. And so we would write about all the different work that we were doing, who we were meeting, travel experiences, so that people back home could learn about all the different events that were taking place. And from that experience, I actually kept my blog around and would occasionally blog about faith or changes in my life going on. It was basically something that I used as a way if I felt the need to share something or wanted to share something that was placed on my heart, but never had an editorial calendar for it or took it to the next level in that way. And then when I was in grad school, I was really looking for a creative outlet. So I started a series called the Women of God series. And I reached out to different women in my life and just asked them to share something that's going on in their life, a season in their life, and the way God is working in their hearts and what He was just asking them to share. And those were the posts that gained a lot of positive feedback. They were really awesome for me to curate and read. And it offered some direction to my blog, but it didn't really go beyond that as a series. And I didn't really know where to take it from there. But it was something that I saw potential with, but didn't really do anything to move it forward at the time.
So like Bridget, I also went to Northern Ireland, and I did the exact same program. So I loved doing the blog there. That was sort of required with the program. I've really found a love for creating posts that were all about specific content there. And then I've also just loved writing in general. So when I was a middle schooler, if you ask any of my friends from back then, they all know that I wrote a 250-page novel. It was sci-fi. You can't expect a lot of sci-fi from The Beautiful Wounds, so you'll have to reach out to me separately about that. And then I also wrote an honors thesis, which was a lot of writing as well. And again, I won't give you that either here. But needless to say, I love writing, and it's kind of part of who I am. So to start a writing project with my new wife seemed like an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So we're both really excited for that.
So this project started because we listened to a podcast by Bishop Robert Barron on the Transcendentals, and we learned more about truth, beauty, and goodness and our encounter with beauty and how that can lead us to God. And we were listening to this on a way to a camping trip in northern Minnesota, and we started throwing around ideas of changing my blog into a space that could provide curated content about individual experiences with beauty and how those encounters lead people to God and lead people to truth. So from that experience, and then from a long weekend watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy when we were sick, we were like, let's flesh this out, let's see what this could look like. And we began the transition from a blog into a website and made really intentional choices about the direction of the site moving forward.
So for instance, one of the things we're really excited about the way we're doing The Beautiful Wounds is it's actually going to be mostly written by people in our network. It's going to be our family and friends, the religious that we work with at the Catholic Advance, and then hopefully the network will broaden and we can bring in more and more people who kind of fit with what we're going for, and then we'll get to play the role as moderators and curators more than writers and contributors, just to get the stories that are already bursting forth around us out to you guys for inspiration, and then hopefully you guys can reach out to us and if you'd like to contribute as well.
So The Beautiful Wounds will play host to several categories of stories. The two most prominent are Men of God and Women of God series, which are collections of stories from men and women who are both in our lives, as David said, and are striving to live their lives for Christ and growing in holiness. And then we'll also be sharing with you the beauty of some of the travels we have planned this year, and then of others' experiences as well, both local and abroad travels. And that series is going to be called Sightsee Sundays.
Another series we're starting is the Honeymoon series, where we ask newly married couples to share some of their experiences with the messiest and most exciting phase of their vocation, which we're very well acquainted with. So we'll actually be the first couple to post in that series, and then we'll be asking a few others to join us. So stay tuned with that. So that kind of concludes our introductory video here. Thank you guys for watching. A too long didn't read summary will follow this video along with all the rest of the videos we post on this website. And so please also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're trying to gather a following there at The Beautiful Wounds. So thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey.